Creating a beautiful on-brand email can really feel like a marathon, right? But what if you could turn that whole thing into a sprint? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how to go from a blank page to a stunning email, ready for any inbox, all inside one seamless workflow.
So, does this sound familiar? You're writing your copy in one app, you're designing your graphics in another, and then you're trying to stitch it all together in some clunky email builder. It's this frustrating juggling act that, let's face it, so many of us go through just to get a simple announcement out the door.
Okay, so on the left, you've got the old way, right? It's fragmented, it's slow, and your branding, it just gets lost between all those different apps. But on the right, that's the goal. Everything in one single integrated platform. It's all about keeping your branding consistent and turning that chaotic mess into something you can actually do in just a few minutes. So let's get into the solution because there is one. The big idea here is simple. One platform, zero hassle. This is all about getting rid of that app switching chaos by bringing your email creation right into the same visual suite where you're probably already creating everything else. And here's the really crucial point. You can design, customize, and then export everything from newsletters to invites to big announcements without ever having to leave the platform. Think about it. Your logos, your brand colors, your images, they're all right there, just waiting to be dropped into your email design. It's seamless. Okay, so before we jump into designing, let's talk about structure. Because a really great email isn't just about pretty pictures. It has a clear, logical flow that guides the reader's eye and, well, it makes your message actually stand out in a super crowded inbox. And that flow, it breaks down into four really simple parts. First up, you've got the header. That's usually just your brand's logo. Then, bam, the hero. That's your big, bold headline and a strong image to grab their attention. After that, you've got the core message, your main text, and that super important call to action. And you wrap it all up with the footer, for all your professional details and links. Honestly, it's a formula that just plain works.
All right, so with that structure in our back pocket, let's look at the smart tools that are going to help you get this done. These are the things that really speed up the design process and help you create something beautiful and fast.
So you've got two great ways to start, right from the get-go. First, if you're in a hurry or maybe just need a little inspiration, you can pick from tons of professional templates. Easy. Or if you have a really specific vision in mind, you can build it from scratch using the drag and drop editor and your brand kit. That's where all your logos and colors and fonts live, so everything stays perfectly on brand. Now, here's a quick but seriously important design tip when it comes to emails. Web-safe fonts. What are those? Well, they're basically a set of standard, reliable fonts like Helvetica that every computer and email client knows how to show correctly. Using these for your main body text is absolutely key to making sure your message is actually readable for everyone on every device. If you skip this part, yeah, your beautifully written email might just show up as a jumbled mess. Not good. So how does Canva get around this? Well, it's pretty clever actually. It gives you the best of both worlds. You can still use your awesome bold brand fonts for your big headlines because Canva treats them like graphics. But then for the main body text, you stick with those reliable web-safe fonts. So what does that mean? It means you get all your brand personality without sacrificing readability. It's a really smart fix. Okay, but what about the words themselves? I mean, if you have ever stared at a blank page with writer's block, this next part is for you. It's called Magic Write, and it's Canva's AI-powered assistant that helps you generate copy. I'm talking everything from headlines to full paragraphs, all from just a simple prompt. So, for example, you could literally just ask it for, say, a welcome message. Something like, write a short, friendly welcome for a new subscriber. And boom, just like that, it generates the copy for you. And when it sounds great, you just pop it into your design, style it to match everything else, and you're done. It's a massive time saver. And to really add that final layer of polish, you can dive into the Elements library. This is where you find all these pre-built, customizable components that make your life so much easier. Need a professional header? It's in there. A detailed footer with all your social links? Yep. Clickable buttons, branded icons? They're all there, ready to just drag and drop. These are the little things that really elevate your design from good to great. Okay, our email is designed, the copy is written, and it is looking fantastic. We're almost there. Now for the final, crucial step, getting it ready for the inbox. Now, before you send this out to your entire audience, and I really can't stress this enough, you have to do a final check. always, always preview and send a test email to yourself. It is the single most important step for catching any little mistakes and, more importantly, seeing exactly what your audience is going to see.
So the final checklist inside Canva is super simple. Step 1, add your subject line. Can't forget that. Step 2, send a test email to yourself. This lets you see it live right in your own inbox. And step 3, once you're totally happy with it, you just download your file. And when you download, you're going to get a specific type of file, HTML. Now, don't let that technical name scare you. It's basically just the universal language that all emails speak. This HTML file is what you'll take to your email service provider, like MailChimp or ConvertKit or whatever you use, and that's what you'll send to your list. It's what makes sure everything looks exactly how you designed it. And that's it. Just like that, we've gone from that frustrating, disconnected process to one single streamlined workflow. It really just goes to show you that creating powerful, on-brand emails doesn't have to be a total marathon. So I'll leave you with this question. If creating emails really was this easy, what would you create next?